Let's take a look at the latest version of JetEngine from Crocoblock, and one of the key things they've just added to it, and that's the ability to use an MCP server. Now, we've had AI inside JetEngine for a few months, and it's been really useful. However, the MCP server, even in its first iteration, can speed up the whole process of not just creating things like custom post types and taxonomies, but doing an awful lot more. Now, this isn't a tutorial. This is just a very, very brief look at the features. And if you're interested in me covering this in more detail, please do let me have a comment down below letting me know. And if enough people are interested, I will create some content on using an MCP server inside JetEngine. Let's jump over and take a look. Now, to get access to the MCP server in JetEngine, there's two things you're going to have to do. First of all, we're going to have to go into the new option under the Crocoblock menu called Command Center. And once you open this up for the first time, it's going to ask you to put in your OpenAI API key. So you are going to need to have a paid account for this. Once you've done that, connected it up, you're going to have to go through a couple of options, and then everything is going to be set up and working for you. This will then bring you into the Command Center. And the Command Center is basically what they've named this sort of MCP server, sort of centralized location where you can do all the things that the MCP server currently allows you to do. So let's take a quick look. If we see on the left-hand side, this is your Command Center. This is where you're going to have your conversation. You're going to get feedback, ask questions by the API, and so on. Before we take a look at that, though, if we look on the right-hand side, you can see we've got the select the language model. If we open this up, there's a bunch of different options inside here. Lots of different options, various different versions, and by default, ChatGPT 5 Mini is selected. You can obviously select other ones. They're going to come with different pricing based upon your API usage. This is something you can check out on the OpenAI website. But we'll leave it to the ChatGPT 5 Mini for now. That's perfectly fine. Then we've got Add Context. Now, Add Context allows you to choose what the API has access to as part of Crocoblock. For example, if we choose the Add JetEngine configuration context, this is where we can choose what context the API has access to. The more it has access to, the better chance you're going to get the results you're looking for. As you can see, post types, taxonomies, and so on, including things like the query builder. So if you've ever used a query builder in JetEngine, especially if you're new to working with this, it can be incredibly daunting with so many different options available. Having the ability to use the MCP server should make that process much easier. Even if it's not 100% perfect, if it gets you 90% of the way there, that's still only 10% of the work that you have to do manually. And the same thing goes for anything else available here. So for example, if you have no use of using the REST API endpoints, disable it. If you don't use glossaries, disable it. But enable what you think is relevant and disable what you don't. I've already done that, so we'll say close. You can also add a website configuration context. Now, this will potentially increase your sort of usage of the API, therefore increasing the cost. So be careful using this. But you can see it allows you to provide context and configuration for the post types, taxonomies, and plugins that you have installed. So we'll say OK to that. I'm going to close it. I've already set all these things up. And finally, you've got the add allowed macros content. So if you ever used JetEngine before, and I'm sure you probably have if you're watching this video, you know that macros are simple little snippets that we can use to extend what you can do. So we use macros in lots of different parts of JetEngine. This allows you to choose what context and what macros it actually allows access to. Again, add in what you think is relevant. I'm going to leave it as it is for this example. And you can see now it tells you what registered tools and resources that I've given it access to. So custom content, JetEngine configuration, and so on. So we can reference these now inside the Command Center. So let's come over and ask you to do something. We'll start off with something really simple though. So the site that I'm kind of testing this out on has a sort of basically a job listing setup. It's a little bit of a testing that I'm working on. So I want to ask it to create a job contract duration custom post type. Probably wouldn't want to use it for that, but let's see how it works. We'll ask it to do that. They will go and tell us then. So we get our conversation like we're used to with any of these kind of MCP servers. So you can see after a few moments, there's what it's done. It tells us we created a new custom post type called job contract duration with this particular slug, gives us the information underneath and direct links to edit it or the custom item list. It even then tells us what we think we may want to do next. So we created the post type, but what meta fields may we want to add? So it suggests duration length, unit, description, and so on. So if we tell it, it can add it to that. So based on that suggestion, let's ask it to add in the duration and a description. There we go, a very simple prompt. Let's again choose the option to carry out that command. It's going to take a few moments. And let's see now if it keeps the context, because I haven't told it what custom post type we're referencing here. Let's see if it's smart enough to realize we're still talking about the same thing, so the conversational element stays in place. And there we go. Added a meta box title, blah, blah, blah. What I did, created a meta box assigned to job contract duration, so it has picked up and kept that sort of understanding of what we're referencing. And as you can see, it tells us what it's done, the number field, text area. So again, it's smart enough to know the types of sort of meta fields we need to create. We don't have to prompt it to say, I want numeric for this, and I want to have sort of text area for that. It's smart enough to pick it up. And you can see we can edit this. We can see the meta box list. And again, add unit fields, months, years, weeks for contract duration if you need structured units. So again, let's ask it to do that. So add unit fields as suggested. Hit enter or return, and let's see what it comes back with. So while we wait for that to complete, let's just quickly talk about the benefit of an MCP server. It's basically a nice simple way of having a conversational interaction with the API for this AI and getting it to do things. If you've ever used anything like Bolt or Lovable and so on, you'll know that a lot of it is conversational. You do still need to have a bit of a technical background to be able to tell it what you want. Otherwise, you could spend an awful lot of time going round and round in circles. And with an MCP server like this, it's probably a little less problematic like that. You do still need to know what it is you're asking it to do to get the best results without maybe going around the houses for 10 minutes. But because it's trained on JetEngine, WordPress, and the functions we have inside there, there's a better chance of getting what you need. So with that out of the way, let's jump back in and take a look at what it's done now based upon my last prompt. So I've added a meta box called job contract duration unit to the job contract duration post type. There's a lot of job contract durations going on in there. What I added, field name, label, type, options, and assigned it to the post, so and so. So again, we can keep on going with this. So if you want units stored as a standardized format for filtering, example, lowercase days like days, weeks, etc., I can switch the choices to machine-friendly slugs. I can also update the bricks listing for job contract duration to show a full duration, example, 12 months, by combining the numeric fields and the unit and say if you'd like that reply format display. So it tells you what it wants you to say and how it wants you to say it. So you do need to read this to get it to do what you want. Otherwise, again, you can do a little bit of around the houses because you're not telling it what it's expecting to hear. So let's say format display, exactly what it's asked for. Hit enter or return, and let's let it do that. What I would consider in this case, the final thing before we take a look at the results. There you go. Probably after about 15 or 20 seconds, it comes back and says, I've created a query builder query named job contract duration query that returns all posts from... You can kind of pause this and read it if you want to. But let's take a quick look. So first things first, under our custom post type, job contract duration is created that post type. There's the slug it told it gave it. Go to meta boxes. You can see we've got job contract duration fields and job contract duration unit. So again, if we open this up, you can see we've got contract duration, numeric and so on, and contract description. All the data is set up inside there. So those things have been done. If we jump into the query builder, we've got job contract duration query. So if we open this, we've got a query inside here. As you can see, the query is all set up for us. And all that's been handled by the command center, the MCP server. Now, like I say, this is a simple example of what we can achieve with it. There's so much more you can do here. And because I don't have a very structured setup, I've literally just been throwing things at the wall to see how it works. I don't have a simple use case that I can say, right, let's create a query for this, let's create a listing for that, and so on. But if you are interested in me creating a content like that, let me know in the comment section down below. But this is a very simple first look at the command center, connecting this up to ChatGPT's OpenAI API and using it to be able to use natural language to ask it to do things that we want based around JetEngine and the features and functions we have there. Even though this is the first iteration, I do think that this is a very smart use case for it. And as long as it gets trained solidly on JetEngine and WordPress, so we know it's going to work within the confines of those tools, I think it's a great starting point to get the grunt work done at the beginning of a project, especially if you're new to this or you just want to get projects out super quickly and you know exactly what you're looking for to double check that everything is set up and working the way you need it to. I think this could be a massive time saver. But as always, I pass the question over to you. Are you a JetEngine or Crocoblock user and you're excited about this MCP server and the command center? Or are you new to this and this is making you interested in taking a look at using JetEngine and maybe some of the other Crocoblock tools? Or are you not interested whatsoever? Drop a comment down below and let me have your feedback. As always, all applicable links are in the description. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.